Look at my model here.
Yeah.
This is a model of my piece. I got through the Santa Barbara Foundation to work with teens in the community to and the main teens I'm working with are Jethro Davis and Mitchell from Santa Barbara. They've basically constructed, if you turn around here, this is the construction of the float base for the Astrological Wheel of Fortune game show. And then if you flip back to this, I'm trying to remember here, we're going to have a large sun backdrop. We've got a character as Vanna White. She's actually going to be pregnant because I guess Vanna's pregnant right now. And then we've got the wheel, all astrological signs on it, our game show host, contestants, and then all 12 of the astrological signs, so kind of a hokey rendition of all of them. And then in the, I've got a little drawing in the crowd, have all these teens, oversized lava lamps on their head, and they're kind of like the Rockettes or the cheerleaders, and the crowd excited about the game show. They're going to kind of cue them as to, you know, the piece, and then when it lands on a particular sign, like if it's that would be Aquarius, they'll do a cheer, like give me an A, give me a Q, you know, so forth. What does that spell? Aquarius. And so it's kind of a hokey or irreverent rendition of the astrological wheel. And if we step over here, I can show you the wheel that I'm working on right now. All the signs. Some of them are like Gemini's, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, so some of them are irreverent. And then what I was doing a little while ago, oops, with the wood strip, I'm going to do is paint these white and then put glitter on them and tack them on here, so when the wheel spins it'll be real reflective. And I don't know if there's anything else you want to know.
Is this your first time doing this?
No, this is my fourth summer solstice.
In a row?
In a row.
Do you always do the same thing every year?
No, I do a different ensemble every year. And the 2 previous years I was the resident mask maker. So.
Do a kind of a complete ridiculous mixture of what Wheel of Fortune, astrological signs, and Laura Denny's mind out of control. If you want to come and see ours, though, we're doing giant puppets in the far corner.
Are you looking for a piece to be, you know?
Oh, they're light, they're light. Over there is that little the kid's spaceship thing I was telling you. Okay, let's move on. I'll show you this. Let's move on. Come on with me. Come along with me, ladies and gentlemen. This, of course, I hope I'm getting it right. I'm making it up as I go along. This lady is bringing to life the whole tarot pack, or certain bits, the tarot deck, or certain bits of it. What is this here? What the hell is this?
That's the tree.
Is that a tree or is that the tower?
It's the tree that the hangman's going to
The hangman's tree. It's good. Adapted something from last year as well. This was a blue hand on last year. She's managed to adapt something. Use the same thing twice, huh?
Correct.
Right, but you can adapt. This is, who knows, you know?
No. This is where the little tarot decks, they'll do their little modeling thing and they'll
in a really ladylike
they'll
manner.
strike their little pose, you know, and then do their little thing, their little tarot thing, right?
Yeah.
So each one of the cards is going to come through. This is going to frame them like a card, I guess, like one of the tarot cards.
There's various people dressing up as stars, enchanters, blah, blah, blah. Then we have this organized bunch here, my God. From day one, these people arrived, not only know what they were going to do, but I think they'd built this. And they're doing orca magic, which you can probably see. And again, it's cox cable, chicken wire, and paper, for God's sake. Orca magic. So what else do we have down there? Oh, what's this? DJ Pallet, it's down. I think they've got a magic, a black top hat, and they're doing magic, huge magic. I think this is the rim of the top hat. I don't know, I'm getting confused as to what this is. That might also be the rim of the top hat. This was a huge toddler that cannot be used again. It's incredibly high. Worse, and it's a complete liability, and all we ever do is get people begging to be, and it's too high. We can't take the risk. Last year, Joe Girard, the big ruby slipper from last year, where someone's dressed as Dorothy sat in the top and sang over the rainbow. And then we were organized. We got the paint in the room, and there they're making the warrior, whatever she is, the warrior goddess. And you got the kids stuff being done in here. Do you want to come and see what we're doing? Yeah, we might as well walk through.
Could you take your sunglasses off? They usually prefer to not.
Here. Would you like to see what else? What else? Yeah, I have no idea what she
We're putting together a centaur costumes. Yes.
Yes.
The legs of the horse and the legs of the man.
Mama goddess. And these are going to be headdresses. Oh, really? Yes. We're going to make these into headdresses, and then the muses will wear them, and they'll just keep on wearing them like this. They're very It's a good look for you, Moira. Wow, she's heavy on one side. Wow. It's cool. Okay, what else we got? A wig being made over here. Which might be, it's going to be on top of someone's head, I think. Over here, we have the mask. Very busy today. This is the room where everyone comes if they need any kind of mask or puppet head for the parade. You can come here. Leslie Finlayson is the artist in residence here, who basically guides them all in the various ways they can make masks. Excuse me. Okay. And Stephenette. Hello. That's enough. The running workshop. Cheerio. This is another adaptation from last year. She took a giant puppet that she's making from, I think it was a king last year, a big Samba dancing lady. This puppet is kind of halfway. This is Barbara Samba. She's part of the Samba.
Hi, I'm Evelyn Jaffee, and I'd like you to meet Barbara Samba. She's just coming together. We're working on her belly. She's going to be a samba performer for Montino Bourbon's Samba Barbara, an ensemble with about 40 samba players. So she was in it last year as a he, and so she's going through a transformation, as you can see, with the large posterior and the large front. And this is her head. Will up and down and bobble. And her arms also go up and down. And she will be looking like Carmen Miranda if Carmen Miranda didn't have her eating disorder and be anorexic and thin. This is how Carmen Miranda really wanted to look. And so right now we're working on the fruit for her head. Strawberries, bananas. And then over here we have the beginning of grapes and watermelon.
I'm Stephen Lovelace, and I am the artistic director of Summer Solstice. And gosh, what do I do here? I'm the grand facilitator of this event, and it varies from day to day what I do, but basically I shuffle people around and hope that they'll take it on themselves to be artists. And here at Solstice we hire a staff of artists, and I'm just going to take a minute here. And we have 6 artists in residence on our staff this year. This over here is going to be, you can follow my finger, This will be at some point in time the astrological Wheel of Fortune, and the name of the game show is What's My Sign? We at Solstice, we do not allow written words or identifiable symbols in the parade, and that's in an effort to keep advertising out. But it makes for some interesting twists for the artists and the community members that have something specific that they want to do. And the fortune here, instead of being able to put zodiacal signs on there as they are usually written, she's had with names that are more like pictographs, because of course you can make pictures. So Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. This is by Laura Denny, and she's been in business now for years, and she's formerly our mask maker. And she usually does these really kind of off-the-wall performance pieces with her particular illustrative style. She's a visual artist and a mask maker, and she does really fun work. I love what she does. So we'll just go down the line here. This is the tarot deck that comes alive. And the structure right over here, we're reusing what I last oh, you guys need to get out of the car because we're going to interview you in a minute. Okay, you eat first. This was a giant hand last year. This year it's going to be the Hanged Man. So we recycle as much as we can here because it's financially a good thing for us to do, and we try to be as environmentally conscious in this in our organization as possible. It's going to be a giant tarot deck. Follow me. Over here, these wonderful people who I don't know are making starfishes. And the name of the ensemble is Orca Magic. This is probably the most labor-intensive ensemble of the year. It used a lot of chicken wire and coaxial cable, which I'll show you in a minute, which is quite a phenomenon in and of itself. Designed by a 10-year-old boy and executed by his mother, who is one of the most adept drill and saw and building people that I experienced down here. And right there, this is Marty. She's the constructor of Orca Magic. And last year, built a piano, she and her 10-year-old. Actually, the 10-year-old is more here to keep her organized and then play a lot.
He plays, I work, you know.
Yeah. And actually this group, and they're not here yet, you're here a little early, but this is another mother and son team, and they're doing Houdini's hats. And this is the giant items popping out of Houdini's hats. And there's Houdini's face, and Mike, she's going to just run you over in a minute.
Try not to run you over.
This is sort of a new material for the world. This is coaxial cable. It's what the cable companies use to bring TV into your home to give you 99 channels, and they give us the scraps and the dregs of it. We get it from Cox Cable. That's our local company, and basically it comes in two sizes, and it's the miracle of how we use it that's so amazing. This is the larger coaxial cable, and it's used for structures. So we can build giant, lightweight structures that go up the street that get as high as, 14 feet, which is our height limit on State Street. If that were made out of wood, it would not have curves in it, and it would be so darn heavy you couldn't push it. We have no motorized vehicles unless, except for maybe wheelchairs. Since all of this has to be pulled or pushed by hand, the coaxial cable makes it possible to do. It gives us curves and lightweight. There's also a smaller cable in those rolls over there, and that helps us build. If you can look in the back, there's an old paper mache face. It helps us give structure and size and form to faces and arms and hands. So we've got two sizes of cable that we work with that really, I think, probably is individual to Summer Solstice and the artists that work on Summer Solstice. Work with this cable. So just follow me in here and I'll show you some more of the. And this is Doug Smith up here. He's the workshop director, and he's clearing out this empty space. We have one of the artists in residence actually lives in Berkeley, and she's textile school there, and she's silk screening the courthouse banner, and she's making the images for the banner, and then she's going to come here and sew it together. So she's actually her name is Celeste Weedman, and she is from Barbara, and so we're creating a workspace for her. She arrives tonight from Berkeley with the silk screened banners that need to be hemmed and sewed. So that's where she'll be working. Very labor intensive. They're all made out of silk, and she's quite a master silk screener, and she works extensively with silk. You may want to spend some time talking to Moira. This is Moira Blasey over here, and she's an artist in residence also. And she's probably done more positions at Solstice than anybody else on the face of the earth. But she's building, her ensemble is called Mythic Heroes, and that's a giant Xena, the princess warrior right there. She's also going to construct, she's going to start it this week, a giant Hercules puppet. These puppets will actually walk up the street. And if you can see the chicken wire, and there's little bits of coaxial cable coming off of the arms up there that help give it volume. Wait, if that arm was made totally out of plywood, to get the thickness that she needs, it would make it so heavy you couldn't manipulate it. So again, between the coaxial cable and the fact that we can use it to make forms with the chicken wire, it really allows us a lot of creative flexibility. This is one of our junk piles over here. So if you came in and you had something in mind, I might here and through that and see if there's something in there that turns you on. And you might find a piece of fabric that helps you decide what your whole ensemble is going to be. It wouldn't be the first time. One piece of fabric, that's all it takes. This is the tool room, no big deal, but that's where we lock everything up. And this is the mask room. And, well, there's not much on the tables right now. You're here early. This is Leslie Finlayson, and she is the lead performer in the evening event, which is part 3 of the Summer Solstice, the Courthouse Sunken Gardens. And this year we're having a full conceptual piece by Kay Isler and Lit Moon Theater Company, which instead of doing the usual more like review of different groups in town, it will be a concept piece that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And Leslie is one of the players from Lit Moon Theater. So we're really fortunate this year to have the whole entire Lit Moon group there. It's an innovative theater group that uses dance music, visual, set design, in wild and interesting and wonderful ways. And so she actually was in Connecticut doing some of her dissertation, and she came out to be the Solstice matchmaker and be the lead in the evening event. So we're really fortunate to have her here. And this is Rosemarie. She's our registrar. She's making her mask. I mean, gosh darn it, when it's slow, what do? You go make a mask around here. Either that or you're out of here. And this is, what's your name? Is Leticia?
Jeanette.
Jeanette? Oh, okay. Well, and you came here with who? You're here with with who?
Liz.
With Liz, yeah. This is turn around. There's a camera right there. She's in with what we have several teen and kids groups here from and Liz, and I don't even know her last name, but she brought a group of kids here from one of the organizations she works with. And this is Jeanette. Is that right? Yeah, I met her just the other day. But right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we have City at Peace working here and Art Corps, and these are all groups that work with underserved teens and children, and we're really happy they're here. It's been a really great experience for all of us. So, great.
Now, if somebody has an idea for a float that they want to do, how do they get involved with this, and how do they get access to the equipment and the design route and all that? It's like if somebody has an idea for something they want to do and they want to get into the parade, how do they?
Well, the first thing they might want to call me on the phone and talk to me and find out if actually this workshop. I mean, this is a community that I'm through. I have several hired people. Anybody that wants to come in here and do something. So basically what you would do is you might call me on the phone and I'd invite you to come down and give you a tour. And then you might talk to me first, what it is, and I would say, oh, that sounds like a good idea, because to me, all ideas are good ideas. And then we would start brainstorming either with workshop people, or I might even pull one of the artists here that have been hired to be on staff and create ensembles to brainstorm with them about over here. Come over here real quick. I mean, this is just a possibility of some of the things that happen. David is going to be making a centaur costume. So the thing he's doing is that the back legs will work. his front legs will be the front part of the centaur, but the haunch will also move in oppositional movement with the front legs. And so it's a matter of sitting down sometime with some of the technicians that are here at Solstice, like Doug or Dominique, who is sort of our master technician, and brainstorming about some possible complicated ideas that one might have about coming in here. But can you step around over here and David, can you demonstrate this real quick?
Sure.
This was just like a technical problem solving before we get into the art process of how to make this work. So you want to demonstrate that real quick?
Sure. Thing is using a reverse pulley. What I'm going to be doing is using a reverse pulley system. The spring is going to be acting as lift for the back haunches. So when I put my leg up, the springs are going to pull this cord back, and it's going to lift the legs up. So it's going to be working in reverse. But actually, this is going to be attached here in a very tight mode. And so when it's being pulled all the way, and when I release my leg, it's going to release it back down again. So the whole concept is horses don't lift both left legs at the same time. They lift the left front leg and then the back right leg. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be working just like a horse.
You know, they can go over there in those and as far as I know, nobody's ever done this before here.
No, I've never
And Moira would know because she's been around me, so.
I think you sound like...
Oh, she is. This is the mother right here. Actually, no, you haven't met Parsons yet. She's the mother of Solstice, and Moira's the big sister of Solstice. Okay, I'm careful. I was very diplomatic about that. Moira actually is also the director of the Pacific Pride Arts Outreach Program, and one of the artist in residence grant funding sources that we got this year allowed us to hire artists, and it just so happens that she's a Solstice artist and has been for years, but she's bringing a whole part of an underserved audience in. She's dealing with the gay, lesbian, bisexual, HIV communities that are making some of the art programs available to other outreach audiences. I don't know if you know I'm saying this very well, but you get the picture. It's art anyway. It's beyond description. So I would say that this is going to be a horse, wouldn't you say? It looks like a horse to me. It's not the same kind of horse you see over there, but I would definitely say this is either a horse or a big dog. Now, this is Solstice Mother. Come. You must. This is Parsons. Parsons is the costumer, but she is a wizardess of sorts. Something out of nothing almost every day because she is so magical. And we'll go on a tour of the fabric room. And actually, there's Dominique. Dominique, come. This is probably the technical brains behind Summer Solstice. And he was actually the workshop director, and then he got sick. And so I threw him out of here, but I couldn't get rid of him. And I'm really glad because he does a lot of really good stuff. But he can make practically anything. That's not what I do. This is what he does. But so these two are really kind of the yin and the yang of Solstice in a way, you know. And I don't know how we get with them. So,
well, thank you, Stephen.
It's true. I mean, I'm modest. I just not mention that. So why don't you walk over here. We did a competition earlier this year to pick a t-shirt and poster image. So much of the income we pull in over the year is contingent upon how well our t-shirt and poster sales are, as many nonprofit organizations. And since we are an arts organization, first and foremost, we outreach to the arts community, help us select a design through the local artists. And be careful as you're stepping over those things here. And this year we have a big fat winner. It's a great design. We're extremely happy with it. And it comes out of our own Solstice fold. If you can get, this is, I hate to interrupt any of this process right now. But if you can get, actually when we go into my office, I'll show you. This is by Pauli X. And it's the name of the piece is Sun Guy, and it was so popular. We actually did a community vote this year at the restaurant where it hung at the Sojourner Cafe, and it was a 2-to-1, or actually 2 out of 3 out of the 600 votes voted for this one, and it's really a wonderful, wonderful piece. And the opening ensemble of this year's event will be a giant inflatable that Pauli is creating. This is here, and it will be, so this will be a giant sun guy, like a giant balloon. It'll be 25 feet high, and instead of having a balloon arch that the opening ensemble walks under, it will be suspended between the giant hands of the puppet. And he's collaborating with Mary Lee, and I saw you talking to her earlier. This is Mary Lee Sanders, and she's also our children's coordinator, and she will be choreographing a giant rainbow circle dance as a part of the opening ensemble for this piece, and it's called The Cosmos. And she's approximately 60 children to do this dance around the giant sun guy. And not to mention the fact, yeah, with our fingers crossed, and she's making costumes right now, and I'm actually loving what she's doing. I'm loving what you're doing. Mark now, baby. Oh, and not to mention other sorts of strange instruments and figures that will accompany the giant sun guy. Heidi over here is working, actually I think she's working on something that's not related to sun guy. Are you?
No.
Okay. Okay. So this is actually this is from Montino's drumming group, and this is a giant Carmen Miranda. She's an old Solstice friend, and she's working on Carmen's headdress.
No, strawberry.
Well, that goes in Carmen's headdress, right? Hi, baby. And this is actually a part of the children's thing, and they for the sun guy and the cosmic kids. And actually, this is where the kids will get to rest. They can come in here and sit, and they'll be pushed. One of our dads will facilitate this, and they can make this the cosmic part of the top spin. Oh, can you imagine being 5 years old and riding in this up the street? Whee! Somebody push me. Dolores, come and push me. And yeah, as you well know, this is our ever lovely, ever present executive director. She's on film now.
But I do want to talk to you about painters.
Oh, okay.
Not hand painting.
Oh, they're just dirty. Hi there. How are you? They are toward the end. I didn't see Bill. You looking for Bill? Yeah. I haven't seen Bill yet, but that doesn't mean he didn't come. They're working over by that head.
I put some food from forest on your table.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This is Pauli. Pauli X, and Pauli is the creator.
Yeah.
This is last year's T-shirt.
This is last year's T-shirt. This is not mine.
But this is his creation.
My new T-shirt, I save it. Save it for the solstice and save it for weekends, yeah?
Pauli sells at the beach, and he's actually been selling the T-shirts down there. They're doing very, very well, and we're very happy.
Yeah.
We're very happy.
Signed posters also.
So this is the creator of seems to be our image this year.
Yeah.
It's a darn good one.
Yeah.
The fabric room, and this is where we make costumes and we make costumes in here. And then when we're done, we make costumes. And you know, like I said, you're a little early. We were cranking in here last night, and actually this is the first Wednesday we've been open. Follow me over here, and we'll crank over here. Oh, looky here. We have people cranking right here. Diane, this is Diane. She's a workshop facilitator.
Hello.
And she's making a costume for somebody.
My very first pattern tonight. Solstice is always a challenge.
Yeah, we all learn a lot from
Little
Solstice.
shirt.
And it's a family affair. This is my niece Kristen right over here, and she's going to be dancing in the first ensemble, Laura Denny's ensemble, the first one with Fortune over there. She's going to be a lava lamp girl. So let's okay.
How did Solstice get started? I mean, when was the first, and how did it all get started?
Okay, well, Solstice actually in 1974. A local man by the name of Michael Gonzalez is the creator of what is now Solstice Parade. It started out being his birthday. And actually the first two were on first, and the streets weren't closed. They went right up the sidewalk on State Street, the first one being 1974. By 1976, he petitioned to get of State Street closed down. And actually, I believe that in the first year they only closed one lane of the street down. And that was the first summer solstice. That was 1976. By the time I got here in 1980, there were 30 people lining the streets. And that was the first time, 2 weeks after I moved here, that I saw a solstice parade. In 1981 was the first solstice parade. So I just waited a year. And we've lengthened State Street. It keeps getting bigger. There keeps being more people come in. It's gotten bigger and better every year. And a little more organized. It became a nonprofit organization, I believe. And yeah.
About how many spectators are there?
Spectators? Last year we had 97,000. I expect that we'll break 100,000 this year.
How many people are in the parade?
You know, it depends. Any can go. I think there's been as many, 2,000, as few as 700. Won't know till the parade day. Because you never know how many. Last year we were doing our closing ceremony because every Friday night before the parade we'll do a big circle and have everybody come in and we'll hold hands and sit and do, you know, that hippy-dippy feel-good stuff. And all of a sudden on the side street, here comes a giant wiener dog blocking traffic with horns honking, and we're just like standing there in our circle holding hands, and here comes this big wiener dog on the side of the street. It was bigger than a car, so it was very cool. You never know. You never know what's going to come off. I know of 2 ensembles right now that are being built outside of here. That's all I know because they don't always... Actually 3. I know of another one too. So you just don't know.
Are there any ever with things like gang violence or fights, drunk drivers, any just crime in general?
We've really managed to avoid a lot of that stuff because we basically do a one-day thing. It doesn't revolve around liquor, drinking. Actually, we don't sell or facilitate the sale of liquor in anything that has to do with this event. And I don't mean that in because I like to drink too, but we try not to make that a mainstay of what we do, and so consequently I think the community, we give them enough color and stuff to look at. The community really follows suit with what we're doing here, and so really this is a day-long arts event, and we haven't really, I mean, I think the biggest problem that we have had is the association of solstice because of in the pagan religions from, you know, from wherever they came from, use the solstices and the equinoxes of the time of the year to plan their events. And I don't like the fact that because we do this on solstice, it's identical solstice, and the word solstice has a connotation with ritual, when actually it's just a particular day out of the year when it happens to be more sun or less sun, depending on the winter or summer. But a lot of fundamentalist Christian churches and organizations think that we're devil worshippers or something, I don't know, or that we worship the sun. I have some of my family are involved in churches locally, and they won't encourage their children and their members from coming and watching or participating. Sometimes, you know, because it's on a nice warm day in the middle of June, people don't have there's a lot of belly dancers and people skating around with loincloths on. I can't for the life of me understand why that would be different than going down to the beach and seeing all this stuff and have it parade up State Street. We have also in the past have had people in the community come in with this sort of, since this is an event that encourages people to express themselves, that goes all the way from children to people in the community who have alternative lifestyles. We've had some controversial ensembles come out of the community. Following our rules, I have nothing to do but let them into the parade and honor them for being who they are. That's my role as the artistic director, and I believe that that's what Solstice stands for as well. It doesn't necessarily represent Solstice, the organization. It represents Solstice in the eyes of the community. So because we would allow people like that into our event than certain other factions in the community that would rather not engage with us, so to speak. So, oh well, you know, it's not up to me to decide who worships the sun and who doesn't, but you know.
I've heard it nicknamed the Pagan Festival. But it was actually, I first heard that from a pagan.
Right. Oh, I tell you, I know there's a lot of pagans involved in this organization, but I also know there's a lot of Buddhists out there, and there's a lot of people that probably are Christian. We don't spend a lot of time talking about religion here, so I don't tell you what and what's who. I am, but that in no way reflects anybody else's spiritual belief out there, because we don't really talk about it. I would say this though, in the midst of this workshop, I feel a lot of spirit come through here, because we have a common here, and that's the fact that we all here in the workshop believe in that we are expressing ourselves in the best and greatest way we can, and I really feel like, as the artistic director, that I want to honor that. That's if I have no other job, that's it, is to open this workshop to the community and let them their creative process. That's all there is for me to do here. And in the meantime, I'll pick up 10 gallons of black paint over there if I need to, and you know, run down to LA for fabric and get wallpaper paste for mache, and run out an emergency and grab chicken wire. That's my job.
Yeah, we're out of chicken wire.
No, we're not. I got some. Yeah. So, anyway.
Do you want me to talk to you?
Yeah, just describe what you're doing.
Well, my name's Evelyn, and I'm working with Richard McLaughlin here on the City at Peace giant self-portrait puppet ensemble, which is pretty self-explanatory. We have been making from various forms giant self-portrait puppets. This is the one I'm working on right now, using all kinds of bizarre materials. The idea is that we work with local teens from a program called City at Peace. It's designed to give local teenagers some alternative to the less than desirable options they might be, excuse us, the less than desirable occupations that they might be getting into. So we do projects with them. They've done a theater project for a couple of years, and then this is an extension of that program, getting them interested. No one's around. This is graduation week, so it's leaving Richard and I on our own to finish our own puppets. We've made, this one has been made out of chicken wire, paper mache, foam, bottle tops, ping pong balls. I've just finished the glasses that are going to match mine in the parade. The leg glasses out of some guy's CAT scan. We've various ways. We have lipstick here that's still being made. This will be carried with the puppet. Paper mache all the way. Richard's working on his own self-portrait over here, which has been made from something, another form. I'm dropping this. On the day of the parade, we have a group of us with enormous puppets over their heads walking down to the beat of a tuba. We have a tuba player who's going to be accompanying us, and we have a choreographer, Sandra Loring, coming in from New York next week to help us move. This is one of our puppets that's been done by one of our kids, Sarah. She's only 12. And this has been done with chicken wire like mine. She did this with paper mache on a balloon. Same bottle top, long balls, big old foam lips. And what else can we show you? These are some examples of past puppets we've done. And this is the sort of pièce de résistance of our group, because guy who knows puppets and has been teaching us everything we need to know.
Oh, yeah.
And of course he's doing this incredible thing which he can't trade. We shall see.
I will wear it.
Here,
If I
come on.
don't get to the stage of actually putting forced to shave my head.
Here, let me put the mic over to Richard and he can talk to you a bit.
This is my giant self-portrait puppet, which has a big movable lip because I have a big bottom lip. I don't know if my nose is quite that large or my ears stick out that much, but I wanted something dramatic, something that would tower well above me and spectacle on the street. So you have to exaggerate a little bit. People may make the connection. I hope not. But if, like I said, if I don't get to the stage of actually adding hair, I'm going to be prepared to shave my own head so that people will make the connection. Oh yeah, that's the guy. Looks just like... As Emma said, the City of Peace project has been going for 2 years now. I'm one of the artists that works with City of Peace, and it's an ongoing musical theater project that scripts its original material, lives of the teens that are involved in the project, and this is one aspect of theater that we introduce them to, which is theater, and to give them the opportunity to try something entirely new, working within the confines of the theater, writing material and performing it on stage for an audience that it's invited, or paid audience. In this case, you have a full street full of 100,000 screaming spectators, and I think it'll be a wonderful experience for them to come and make something and participate with the in creating spectacle on the street, improvising and interacting and finding a whole new role for theater in their lives. It's been a real successful program to this point. Nancy Davis is the director. I work with an actor-director named Jose Santana. My name's Richard McLaughlin, and Emma Jane Huerta is partnering with me on this project, and hopefully we'll bring peace in the future. Some programs we have in this North County, San Maria, Guadalupe area. So this is just one phase, and we hope to develop more projects, interesting involvements for the teens as we go. We hope this program with City of Peace will continue and develop this kind of interactive involvement for them.
And Richard's not kidding when he says that he might have to shave his head. Time's running out now. We've got like about a week to
10
go.
days.
Look at this. It's like
No hair.
this. We've
He's
got 1
bald.
week to make this look like something. So Richard might have to match his puppet instead of the other way round.
So that's a tremendous incentive for me to actually stay busy night and day until I get some hair on this guy.
know the slide is making sense? It makes us all slow down when we hear the slide, which is hard to count in this ensemble. So if it was just you and the sax, it would be great. Okay, let's do that part again. I also kind of I like it when you, if after you're a little, then you just go back to that, and don't do this. Yeah, because I want a fullness there. Okay, that place again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Nice. This is the end. Actually, instead of
Do things in there like, I don't know, stars, actually stars and bunnies and top shapes, the shapes. They can even be abstract. But so that's what I want. I want that to be in front of, and possibly even have a pair of T banners behind it with sort of that same motif at the end, so it sort of marks the end of the magic show. So that's going to be a compilation of 3 ensembles, one after the other. It'll be, hey there, darling. Cute thing. Okay, so then I want the Stonehenge drummers. That can be very mystical. Okay. We should go back there and make another one.
A ladybug. I love it.
We can make a ladybug costume to go through ladybug.
Would you want to do that? Oh, no.
What happened to my brush?
So,
Okay, so out of the
this
silk,
hangs from the balloon arch? Or what is this?
it
what is
hangs. You know
this?
the arch over there that's on the fence?
Yeah.
Okay, hang
Okay.
not off of. Let me go get. These are silks.
Okay.
Okay. And actually, Stonehenge could be. I'm spelling it right. Stonehenge could be very. These can be similar, rather. We may want to work with some sort of block shapes for that.
Okay.
These could be though.
Okay.
Or they could be the cotton fabric that you pulled out. So these are the silks. Gargoyles.
That'll be a fun one.
That'll be a really fun one. That's one I want us to do later.
yes.
The Tarot.
That's going to be a fun one.
I'm thinking that the City of Peace, if I can get Richard over here to look at that one that the kids made.
No, that's too childlike. They need to have one that looks like gang war.
No. That's not what they're doing. Theirs is based on self-portrait.
Okay.
You might want to make...
That's why the face is.
Yeah, that's
They
why
might
the
like
face
it.
is. They might like it.
Okay.
So that one may be done. And then we can just accent it with organic and that stuff too. This is a great little setup though. Congratulations. Thank you very much for coming up with this. It really gives us something to work with. They really are. So these are the ones I want coming out of silk because I want them to need a more lyrical feel that silk will give
Tarot
them.
will do neat borders and stuff.
Yeah, that'll be the ones we'd probably want to save till later. This I think
We should get some of their little sketches and
got
drawings.
it. You got it. I had.
Their
Okay,
little-
you did, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Moira coming out of there. So you set them up
We
with the
should
right
get
colors?
some of their little sketches.
Okay, now the bunny, the magic ones, I mean, I'd like a lot of banners for that. One big one, and maybe
A couple of big tall
couple of
ones.
taller ones too, like this. I've got the PVC pipe to make it. But it's going to be sort of
silk? If it's
No,
silk?
I don't think so. I think we
Okay.
can use that cotton.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I'm building a Gothic cathedral. And on top of it are going to be some live gargoyles sort of hanging over the sides. Little children with gargoyle masks on. And I'm just trying to replicate not replicate, but simulate a Gothic cathedral in the old tradition. And right now I'm building a rose window out of these old gold table parts, I guess, is what they are. Gluing them on in a circle to make a rose window. And actually built most of this from recycled trash. These are toenail painting toe divider thingies. We recycled them and made texture out of them for the front of the cathedral and interesting things.
How many times have you done this?
This is the first time I've built a huge float. In the past I've done smaller things, little tiny floats and just ensembles with friends and, running around dressed as butterflies and it's the first time I've tackled something this big. We started a month ago, the time the workshop opened.
So the workshop only open for about a month?
It's, actually I think it's 6 weeks. 5 weeks we've been working on it. And especially Jim, back there. He's done most of the work.
Is anybody, if you do have friends who just stop by, are they allowed to just show up and help, or do they have to register?
They have to register, and I think it's $7 or $8 just to be in the workshop, and then another $8 to be in the parade as well. You can just show up and do it whenever you want to. There's no really time limit. You can show up at the day of the parade and register.
You gonna roll?
Yeah, it's already rolling, but...
Bad?
After I paint that, then I can lift it up and
On. Okay, America's favorite cowboy sweetheart. I beat you down to the summer solstice. Easy for me to say. Okay, America's favorite cowboy. I beat you down to the summer solstice. Everybody here is fed. Where are you, David? You're still on the plane? Are you directing the plane to come in? I want everybody to enjoy the solstice this year. Take a look at how hard they're working now. Everybody's working real hard. They're going through their drills. A lot of nice floats. We have orcas. We have prehistorics. We have a giant hot dog that won't be there. But then we have the Wheel of Fortune over there. It looks like, what does that look like? It's the astrology charts. So there's a lot of nice things. David, comedy boy. This is entertainment. See you later, buddy.
23 years, that's a really long time.
Right.
That's a long time, don't you think?
I think it's the 23rd.
Sorry. The 23rd year of the Summer Solstice Parade. Can you hear me through the microphone?
If you check on the posters, I might be a few years.
I know I've been seeing it for living in this area for at least 10.
Right.
And it's a great parade. A lot of people have a lot of really good time. I'm just wondering, what float are you working on right here?
This is the Pink Panther accordion ensemble.
Oh my gosh, really?
We're going to be full of accordionists, and there'll be accordionists running around it with Pink Panther heads on.
I thought it was a dragonfly or something. Now I can see it. It is the Pink
There's
Panther.
a big nose right there.
Yeah.
You need to get actually go way over there, and you'll see it right. This is a very fun parade, which greatly contributes to the creativity because we have to make all of our stuff out of refuse.
That's trash.
Yes, and it is a brilliantly creative parade because of that reason. I think if we were given all kinds of money like the Fiesta Parade is, then we would not be as creative.
So maybe it's better for the parade to be that way.
Why don't you go interview the mayor? There's the mayor right there.
There's the mayor. Did you get the mayor? And ladies and gentlemen, introducing.
You could have stopped her right there. How
What's that?
And what do you think? Full of kids too.
Well, have you guys gone on the news? What's the
I think what people need to know is that anybody can come down here as soon as the workshop opens and volunteer to help whoever needs help on their float, or if you want to join an ensemble that's already been started, there's something for you to just join into. You don't come up with ideas of your own. You could just join a group that's already going, and you could just build on the momentum that's established. I mean, it's just a big family thing. There's kids and all kinds of stuff going on. It's a lot of fun. I just think that more of the community ought to get involved with how much fun this whole endeavor is. Thanks.
All right.
Wait.
It's Kim. I'm still at the Summer Solstice Parade preparation area, and we have great things going on here for everybody. Like, look at this. A working waterfall with the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. We've got everything here. People bring their children. People bring everybody that they know. Come down and help this parade out. It deserves it. Authentic looking. It's so neat looking. Isn't it?
And we're going to the other side now. Okay. I'm going to campaign for you.